On March 6, 961, the Byzantine Empire, under General Nikephoros Phokas, successfully captured Chandax, the capital of the Emirate of Crete, ending Muslim rule on the island. This victory restored Crete to Byzantine control after more than a century. The Siege of Château Gaillard concluded on March 6, 1204, when French forces under King Philip II captured the fortress from the English. This defeat significantly weakened King John of England's hold on Normandy, leading to its annexation by France. On March 6, 1454, during the 13 Years' War, delegates of the Prussian Confederation pledged allegiance to King Casimir IV of Poland. This alliance sought Polish assistance in their struggle against the Teutonic Knights, aiming for independence and the incorporation of Prussian territories into the Polish kingdom. Henry Oldenburg, the first Joint Secretary of the Royal Society, published the inaugural issue of Philosophical Transactions on March 6, 1665. This publication is recognized as the world's longest-running scientific journal, marking a significant milestone in the dissemination of scientific knowledge. The Missouri Compromise was signed into law by President James Monroe on March 6, 1820. This legislation allowed Missouri to enter the Union as a slave state, admitted Maine as a free state, and prohibited slavery in the remaining northern territories of the Louisiana Purchase, attempting to balance the interests of free and slave states. York, Upper Canada, was incorporated as Toronto on March 6, 1834. This incorporation marked the city's transition from a colonial settlement to a burgeoning urban center, setting the stage for its development into Canada's largest city. The Battle of the Alamo concluded on March 6, 1836, after a 13-day siege by Mexican forces led by General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna. All 187 Texan defenders, including notable figures like Davy Crockett and Jim Bowie, were killed. This event became a symbol of resistance and sacrifice in the fight for Texan independence. On March 6, 1857, the U.S. Supreme Court delivered its decision in Dred Scott v. Sanford, ruling that African Americans, whether enslaved or free, could not be American citizens and had no standing to sue in federal court. This decision further polarized the nation over the issue of slavery. Russian chemist Dmitri Mendeleev presented the first periodic table to the Russian Chemical Society on March 6, 1869. His table organized chemical elements based on atomic mass and predicted the properties of elements yet to be discovered, laying the foundation for modern chemistry. Bayer registered aspirin as a trademark on March 6, 1899. Derived from salicylic acid, aspirin became one of the most widely used medications globally, known for its pain-relieving and anti-inflammatory properties. During the Italo-Turkish War, on March 6, 1912, Italian forces utilized airships for military purposes for the first time. 2 dirigibles dropped bombs on Turkish troops encamped at Janzer from an altitude of 1,800 meters, marking a significant development in aerial warfare. Initiated by the Communist International, Comintern, March 6, 1930 was designated as International Unemployment Day to protest rising unemployment during the Great Depression. Mass demonstrations took place globally, highlighting the economic hardships faced by workers. In response to the banking crisis during the Great Depression, President Franklin D. Roosevelt declared a bank holiday on March 6, 1933, temporarily closing all U.S. banks and freezing financial transactions to prevent bank runs and restore confidence in the financial system. On March 6, 1943, Norman Rockwell's illustration, Freedom from Want, was published in the Saturday Evening Post, accompanied by an essay by Carlos Bolosin. This work is part of Rockwell's Four Freedoms series, inspired by President Roosevelt's 1941 State of the Union address. The Battle of Fardai-Cambos, concluding on March 6, 1943, was one of the first major battles between the Greek resistance and the occupying Italian army during World War II. It ended with the surrender of an entire Italian battalion, leading to the liberation of the town of Gravena 2 weeks later. On March 6, 1944, the Soviet air forces bombed the evacuated town of Narva in German-occupied Estonia, destroying the entire historical Swedish-era town. Vietnamese leader Ho Chi Minh signed an agreement with France on March 6, 1946, recognizing Vietnam as an autonomous state within the Indo-Chinese Federation and the French Union. The espionage trial of Ethel and Julius Rosenberg began on March 6, 1951. They were accused of passing atomic secrets to the Soviet Union and were later convicted and executed. Following Joseph Stalin's death, Georgy Malenkov became premier of the Soviet Union and first secretary of the Communist Party on March 6, 1953. On March 6, 1964, Nation of Islam leader Elijah Muhammad bestowed the name Muhammad Ali upon boxing champion Cassius Clay, marking his new identity after converting to Islam. Joseph Stalin's daughter, Svetlana Alliluyeva, defected to the United States on March 6, 1967, during the Cold War, seeking political asylum. For the first time, the Zapruder film, which captured the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, was shown in motion to a national TV audience on March 6, 1975, by Robert J. Grodin and Dick Gregory. On March 6, 1975, Iran and Iraq announced a settlement of their border dispute through the Algiers Accord, aiming to resolve conflicts and improve relations. A walkout at Cortonwood Colliery in Brampton Bierlow on March 6, 1984, signaled the start of a strike that lasted almost a year and involved the majority of the UK's miners, becoming a significant event in British Labour history. On March 6, 1988, 3 Provisional Irish Republican Army volunteers were shot dead by the SAS in Gibraltar during Operation Flavius, a controversial incident during the Troubles. The Michelangelo computer virus began affecting computers on March 6, 1992, raising awareness about cybersecurity threats. Forbes named Jeff Bezos as the world's richest person for the first time on March 6, 2018, with a net worth of $112 billion.